Welcome to the CEO Chick Podcast. I'm your host, Colleen Otero. I want you to tune in and listen to my next guest. She went from the nasty divorce and having to rebuild her entire life after domestic violence, being shot at, being cheated on. She had to pick up her life, relocate, and start from scratch. If you want to go from surviving to thriving, this episode is for you. Welcome to the CEO Chick Podcast. We are filming live at Women Who Dominate. It's Women History Month. Clap it up, ladies in the room. I'm so excited about what God is doing in this space. And I have my good girlfriend here, honey, the business bestie.
Hey.
Tearing up these internet streets with your fine self. She is here with me, and I just am honored. She just got the Woman Who Dominate Award. Where her award at? Yes, queen. Yes. Yes, well-deserved for all that God is doing in your life and how you continue to just keep sharing knowledge with everyone that comes your way. Like, you're just abundant, and that's what I love about you.
Thank you.
You really, really are.
Thank you.
Go ahead and introduce yourself for people that may not know.
Okay. Hey, I'm Joi. I'm your business bestie. I am a business attorney and serial entrepreneur, and I help you structure, fund, and market your business to the bank.
Period. Period. One of my first question that I want to start with is, again, we just gave you this award, and what does it mean to be a woman who dominate? Like, just give your description, or let's say define that. What a woman who dominates.
Okay.
To you, what it mean, girl?
So a woman who dominates is going to be a woman who when she walks into the room, she just commands the room, right? So you are just her, but you got to be her in all areas. So you are her, first of all, with how you love yourself. So your self-care, your self-awareness, boundaries, what you require from people, what you don't allow from people. You are her when you are able to financially, like you are on your, I'm going to say on your own, like you're able to hold your own. We're not needing anything financially. And then I feel our Christian walk needs to be together, because without God, we ain't got nothing, right?
That part.
And then, you want to always, just look your best. So your physical, your inner health, all that stuff is just good. When all that is aligned together, you just take over anything that you're in.
Yeah. When I was sharing this event, I reached out to you. I'm like, I need like a video that kind of shares like some of your story. And I was like, never mind, I found it. Shout out to her social media team. Listen, how many times you post a day?
5.
Woo! Somebody say goals. 5 times a day. I love it. You survived a toxic 10-year marriage, and that was the video I decided to put up, because a lot here lately within our circle, we've been really helping women walk through nasty divorces, like men that feel like they could cheat, they could do whatever, but the woman can, and they can't leave. Like the woman is their property almost, right? Like just a real warped way of viewing that individual, right? And so I just want you to kind of share some of your story for women that may not know it. And then I'm going to ask you a question just regarding your story and that experience.
Okay, so I met my husband later on in life. I was in my early 30s, and it was time to check the box. It was time to be married. I was an attorney. I had my own practice. I was making money. I had checked everything off. I just need the husband, the picket fence, and the kid, right? So one year I just said, my husband gonna find me. And the first little man that was kind of cute, I said, he gonna do it, let's go. But I met my husband when he had nothing. He had 2 failing businesses, and I'm the person who pours in. Like, just give me 2, 3 claws. I can carry the rest, right? And if you've ever come across a narcissist, the first mistake I met on our first date, he asked me like what I wanted a man. Oh my God, I want A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And y'all, guess what? He was A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh my God, I met my perfect person. And we got married really early. We got married, I would say, within like a year and a half. And the second we got married, it was like, I just started seeing like another person and another person and another person. And in the beginning, it's like if you take each little thing that you see, it's not that big of a deal, right? But when you combine all the different lies and the this and the that, and so long story short, in the 10, 11 years we were married, we built a lot of businesses together. We were great business partners, but I literally had married like my worst enemy. Like this man literally just hated me, and every accomplishment, everything I was good at, he always put down, and he didn't like that I wore makeup. Like everything I was, he just tore apart and apart. And after 10 years, I was tired. I was drained, busted, and disgusted. But I feel like we all have that one thing that makes us hold on to something that we don't need to be holding on to. And my one thing was this 2-parent home. Like I came from a 2-parent home, so my kid gonna come from a 2-parent home.
Yeah.
So I'm holding on to my 2-parent home. But like, this 2-parent home is a little toxic. Like now the arguments are in front of the child. Now you're throwing things at me. Like I don't want my son to treat a woman like how you're treating me, so I need to leave. And so I think people get divorced all the time. It's nothing new.
Yeah.
And I thought we're gonna just get divorced and be co-parents and business partners and, move on. And I found out he was having an affair with a couple employees. And God's gonna give you exactly what you need to move. So I'm tussling, with the 2-parent, and no, I'm not being treated how I need to be treated, and no, I'm not being loved and adorned. Boundaries, whatever you allow someone to do, they're going to do. And so I realized in that season, I wasn't loving me. I wasn't dominating because I am sitting in a situation where I know I'm not being valued, but because of the kids, no, girl, because you don't know how to have boundaries, because you don't have self-respect, you're allowing someone to disrespect you. And if they disrespect you in one area, it's going to be multiple areas.
That's right.
And so I'm tussling with, do I break up my family? And God said, baby, boom. I'm going to give you exactly what you need to pack up your stuff and go. And I found a video of him having sex with an employee, and that's all I needed to go pack up my little baby, let me go ahead and go down the street, because what I'm not going to do is this. And the funny thing is, I thought that was like the worst part of my life, and this kept getting worse and worse and worse. So maybe 30 days later, I'm still coming to work. I haven't called anyone. I'm trying to handle this with, a little class and all that good stuff. He didn't think I was going to actually leave. And so I said the D word, like, hey, okay, we're going to get divorced. So like, let's kind of hack all this stuff out. And he just pulled a gun out and shot at me in front of my son, which had me have to pack up. I literally had just unpacked my new house that I moved down the street with, just to pack it up again and come here because my brother's in Orlando. And then 30 days later, he took all the money out of our accounts, locked me out of our businesses. In February of 2022, my mom had to pay my rent. I say, Mom, I used to pay my rent. I know I just bought you a car. I know I'm the one that people call on financially. Yeah. Please don't ask me how I got here, because I'm smart. This is not me. But you know what? God does things. God will take everything away from you to get your ear. Because you're going down the wrong path, and he needs to get your ear, and he needs you to be still. And so when you don't have whatever it is, like I don't have a marriage, I don't have money, I don't have I had a place, I don't have any kind of financial security. I'm listening, Jesus.
Yeah, who are you?
Where are we going with this? So that's my story. And I thank my husband. I am so thankful for everything that I have been through, because it has literally propelled my life to a whole nother arena. Last year was my best year financially. I am literally living a life I've never even dreamed or wanted. And so sometimes God will take everything away from you because what you're asking for is too small. And once he removes the things out of your life, the people who aren't for you, the situations that aren't going to flourish you, he's going to walk you into exactly what you need to go thrive.
Come on, girl. Preach.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
I hope you're enjoying this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But right now, I want to shout out our sponsors. We have Popple. You can get your digital business card from Popple. Just go over to their website. You should see the information on the screen so you can get a digital one-tap business card, ladies. Then we have Bask and Lather, and it is all the rave, and it backs up its claims. Our sponsor for over a year now at the CEO Chick Network is Kylie Cosmetics. We want to shout them out. I'm rocking these colors right now. Leo, Malibu. These are my go-to. And honey, it does not leave. It look. It's awesome. And then new to the family is none other than Look. And if you want the look, honey, these are, at this big old age of 47, I need readers now, but these are progressive lens. And I can wear them when I'm driving. I can use it for reading, and they are stylish. This is one of their newest line that has out by none other than the Ellen Welteroth, if I'm saying that right. But she the bomb. Look it up. It's awesome. Now go back to this episode.
Wow. Take me back to the moment when you're at your brother's house with all your belongings and you're sitting there, and like, what is the self-talk at that moment? How do you, like, mentally, what was going on? Like, when was the moment where it was like, I know this is temporary and this is not the end for me?
I wasn't actually sitting in my brother's house. So I'm driving from Houston to Orlando.
Okay. Take us there.
Driving from Houston to Orlando, just found a realtor online, happened to have found a place I saw online and signed the lease, but the bank was closed, so I couldn't wire the money. Something happened that night. I was going to wire it the next day. And the next morning, as I have closed up my U-Haul, the landlord calls and says, the landlord doesn't want to lease to you. Baby, I'm about to be on the road to Orlando.
Right.
With this U-Haul truck. I already have another U-Haul truck in my brother's driveway. I'm coming to Orlando. Where am I about to go? So I'm like, well, okay, I'm on my way. So can you find me another place? And so from Houston all the way to Baton Rouge is about 3-4 hours.
Okay.
I'm just like, God, I need you to work.
It's going to have to be you.
God, I need you to work. God, there's no way I can have all this crap at my brother's house. And my sister-in-law is not about to play like that for real, okay? Like, I just got too much stuff. And I didn't want my son to be, living on someone's couch. I'm already breaking up, our family home.
Yeah.
And I just kept saying, like, hold on, like this guy, I need you to work, I need you to work. And then when I got to Baton Rouge, the landlord called me, like, hey, I have a house in the same subdivision. I have no pictures. They're closing on it today, but if you want, I'll take it. So I literally pulled over, signed the lease, went to the bank, did all that stuff, secured it, and I just said, okay, God, because you got me this place to live before I even get to Orlando, I know that Orlando is the place for me to be. So I don't know what I'm going to, but I just know, okay, because see, God's going to do small little things that show you I'm here.
You're on the
in
right
your
path.
storm.
Yes.
You're in the fire, but I'm holding your hand in the fire.
Yeah.
So I'm okay, bet. I know I'm doing the right direction because this happened.
Beautiful. And you get there and they come over, they help you unpack. When does the cell phone start to just set on fire? Because when did you know what your game plan was going to be? Like, how?
There was no game plan. So I
know. When did it happen, though? Like, when was the moment when you said, I'm going to have to get on here and go live every day?
Okay. So I was in Orlando for 2 months. So, I guess a month. I got here like mid-December, and I was still working remote from my dealership, right? Still getting my salary, still getting paid. And then in January, when we had to do the whole divorce mediation thing, that's when I found out that, they're going to say that we don't own the business. My father-in-law owns the business. I'm getting no money. So I was here for 30 days, and it was just, whammy. And so I remember, Satan's going to talk to you, right? And I'm like, now I know I didn't slave for 10, 11 years because, yes, we were partners, but it's 70-30. 70 my way with the work and the strategic planning and doing everything, and him doing this. Like, I know I didn't do all of this work and build this 7-figure enterprise just for it to be taken away. So I was like mad at God. And I'm like, God, I don't know what you're doing, but all I know is I see myself flying to Houston, and if I don't have it, we're going to just tear this, you know what, down. So that's where I'm at, God. So I need you to work with me and tell me what I need to do. And so I heard a T.D. Jakes sermon about the storm. And T.D. Jakes said, whenever the storm comes, it's going to take a whole bunch of stuff. Whatever the storm took, you don't need. Whatever the storm left, that's what you use to build. So I'm like, well, God, the storm didn't leave nothing, right? I ain't got nothing. And I said, well, I got this phone, and I got my mind. And they say you can make money online, but see, I'm gonna be honest, all them online coaches, it's a scam. All them, that's where I was. That's a scam. But now I ain't got no money for no franchise fee for a brick and mortar, so I said, well, let me go see if I can make some money online. So I literally just turned my phone on, and I said, okay, God, I got the phone. I'm going to just go online. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm about to be, but I'm going to just do this online thing. So I'm going to treat my cell phone like a real business. I'm going to go live every single day, and I'm going to post at least 3 times, morning, noon, and night, to try to figure out, I'm trying to catch someone in the algorithm, morning, noon, or night. I literally had no plan. I thought I was going to take over LegalZoom and InkFile and be the LLC queen.
Right.
And so I said I could form LLCs. I would give real business tips. And I was boring. I had a whiteboard and I had a polo shirt that said the firm, and I was real lawyerish. And hey, and I had these long videos that got no traction. And so one day my friend was like, you're boring.
Your friend said you were boring.
I'm boring. And I'm like, well,
We were talking about that before.
Yep.
It's important to have friends that will tell you the truth.
She was like, you're boring. She was like, your videos, they're so long and it's just so complicated and I don't get it. And I'm like, well, I'm talking about complicated stuff. And she's like, well, you're boring. And I just said, boring? I'm going to put on a show.
Look, you spiked your hair. You came out dancing. I'm like, it got my attention. And we call that visual hooks, right? And it really got my attention. And you figured out how to give it in bite size.
Correct.
That's a nugget for a lot of you that are watching and listening in the room, because when you are in like my medical clients or my legal clients, they tend to be more wanting to explain things, right? I'm like, girl, this is a dissertation.
Correct.
Like, these people are on the toilet looking at your video. We ain't got that kind of time. So what I'm gonna need you to do is take sentence 1 and that's your video. Cut. Action.
And that's what I did. So I just said that. So me telling you these 10 things that you need. I'm gonna give you one thing, and then I'm gonna try to do something funny so you can kind of remember it. And I'm gonna try to speak in layman's terms.
So good, so good. You did that, and you're doing it well. Yeah, clap it up for her. She's doing it well. Are you kidding me? And now she's up to 5 times a day. I'm like, there go Joi again. Like, I don't know what it said. I don't know what she did, but friends, like, you know. You said something so important. You said going through the separation, when he cleared all the money out and you're going through the legal battle, you realize that now the business is no longer in your name, and they're saying it's not in his name. And then now I see you teaching how to avoid that. And oftentimes we hear it, right? Mm-hmm. That your pain will become purpose. And you leveraged what you were going through and started to educate people on how to properly have their business set up. And I want you to talk about it. I love when she has the cups. If you ever watched her videos, and just break it down for the folks, because is that the reason why you started teaching that, being set up properly?
You know what? That's just what I know.
Right.
And so I suffered with imposter syndrome because this is what I know.
But you didn't do it for yourself.
Correct. So who am I now
to teach somebody else
to do? And I didn't do it for myself.
Wow.
So that's when I brought in there is no family in business. So I don't care if you're with your mama, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, that's your business partner. And you need to run business like it's a business, because when something happens and you don't have the right contracts in place and you're relying on, well, she my mama, she wouldn't do me wrong.
Right.
Baby, with the right amount of money, anyone would do you wrong.
Yeah.
If they don't have no character and integrity, that's what it is. So
yeah, talk a little bit about the LLC and the setup, and just give us a little pitch on that.
Okay, so everyone in here, you are starting the next 7- and 8-figure brand. Yes or yes?
Yes and yes.
Okay, So whenever God gives you the vision of what he has for you, God is a God of abundance. So we're not going to look at our bank account. We're not going to look at, we have no clients. We're going to look at, if God gave me this vision, I'm going to operate in stewardness. Is that a word, stewardness? We just
We're going to steward it. We know
steward
that.
it, whatever. All right. So you want to start your business from the very beginning, like you're starting the next Walmart, the next Netflix. We're not going to just start the business and get the money going, and then when I get big, then I'll go do all the legal mumble jumble, because now it's going to be too late. You're going to be in the storm. So number one, the second you think of doing a business, you want to form an LLC or a corporation. Not because the business is big, but to separate you from your personal assets. So everyone here has a house, a car, some money in the bank, right? If you don't have an LLC, you're a sole proprietor or a DBA, you're out here doing business, exposing your personal assets. So if something happens, you were to get sued, they're going to come take your house, your car, the money in the bank. When you form your LLC, it separates you and your assets from the business. So if someone sues your business, you'll lose this, but you won't lose your personal assets. So this setup is called asset protection. So you want to first form your LLC. You want to make sure that you have your EIN number and your business bank account. And we want to make sure that the business bank account and you are totally separate. If we start Fashion Nova coming out the account and nails and lashes, now you and your business are one. If you guys look like you're one, you get with the lawsuit, they're coming to take your house, your car, the money in the bank. So you have to look totally separate in your bank account from you and your business. If you need the money, just move it to your personal account and spend it from there, but you want to keep everything separate. So LLC, EIN, business bank account, no commingling of funds, and you want to have an operating agreement. It's going to be the contract for your LLC. If you have a corporation, you want to have bylaws. That's what, says who owns what, who gets what the profit is, and that's what you need. Like I call that your business structure 4-pack.
Beautiful. That's so good. Isn't that helpful?
Yeah.
I love that. And it's very necessary too. And you make it so plain. Like, thank God for learning. And that good girlfriend that told you was boring. Girl, thank God for her. Because you made it so easy for everyone in the room to understand what they need to do and how they need to be structured. How are you building differently than how you were before? Because you had multiple businesses. You had the dealership. You were in the beauty industry. Ain't she gorgeous?
Thank you.
Honey, yeah. So you slay on makeup. Like, so tell us how you're building differently on this side. What's different about how Joi is doing things these days?
You know what? To be honest, I'm building the same. I'm just on my own, and I think that's what's giving me the increase. I don't have someone who's attached to me that's drilling that hole, that's trying to sink me. So it's like I feel like God had me in that prior season to show me, you thought you was doing something, you're going to do 10 times that on your own. So every time God closes the door, it's for a purpose. He's never going to take something and not give you more in return, but it's not going to be an even exchange. You don't get the divorce on Monday and then your new boo come on Tuesday. You don't file on bankruptcy on Wednesday and that new job come on Thursday. There's going to be a little gap.
That time, that test.
And that gap is where you're going to trust God. He has to he's molding you to become a new person, to be able to handle the blessing that's coming, because with every blessing comes a burden. And if you can't carry that burden,
that's right,
the blessing then becomes a burden.
That's right.
So he's just making you stronger, having you learn something, having you kind of just get what you got to get, so that when you get that blessing, you can handle everything that comes with the blessing. Because I want more money. Well, honey, more money means more haters, more lawsuits, more this, more that.
More serving.
It's just
more
lot.
Serving.
Correct.
Yeah, because entrepreneurship is service, right? It's not just about status. People want status, but they don't want to serve nobody.
But see, on social media, it says get the course, be a millionaire, be on the beach, and life is just great. Why are you not living life? And that's not what it is.
It's not realistic.
It's late nights, it's stress, it's employee mistakes, it's creator confusion. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
That's right.
If you aren't built for it, it's going to be like a burden.
That's
versus
right.
It's all on how you carry their weight. So when you're in your storm, God's just refining you to know, how do I carry the weight for what's coming so it can be a blessing for
Yeah,
me.
and that's your God gap. I want you to redefine that area in which you're waiting. When she said gap, that is, I want you to define that moment as your God gap. Okay? That's the moment where he is just making you and preparing you, as she said. I don't have to repeat it, but redefine it. Don't just let it be, I'm going through, and then you just stay there.
Right.
You don't have to stay stuck in that place. You know what I mean? You're just going through. One of the things that I want you to share a little bit about is just the hiring process. I shared some data earlier about 90% of the women that are doing business these days are solopreneurs. And it kind of caps them, not kind of, but the data's
Yes.
there, it caps them. They are unable to get over the 300,000 hump. And the minute they start to hire the women-owned firms that have staffing, they're in the millions. The revenue generation is higher. So who are talk about that awkward stage of going into the hiring for yourself and some of the clients that you work with?
Well, if you're wearing all the hats, that's the problem. So you want to figure out, what is the first hat that I can take off? Meaning, what is the first thing that I can delegate to someone else, so that my time can be on things that will either generate income or generate new leads, new clients, and then that day-to-day boring stuff I can outsource. Outsourcing means that you have to pay someone. And a lot of times you're going to hold on to all of the money, not realizing that you are suffocating your growth. So I would say, what is the most low hanging fruit? And you can look and find a VA. It could be a virtual assistant. They have virtual assistants overseas. They have U.S. staffing agencies that will find the overseas person. You can pay them $5, $6 an hour. So if that means that maybe we don't get our nails done in this season, we just go to Sally's and get a nice little manicure pedicure kit, so that manicure money can go for my VA to grow my business. That's what we have to do. See, a lot of times we think we're gonna sit here. Okay, God, bring all the money for the marketing.
That's not how it works.
Bring all them, and I just can't grow I don't. No, baby. The money in your closet. The money's in your refrigerator. You have to go get the money. So what am I going to do without to be able to go repurpose that money and go get what I need to go get to that next level? I remember during COVID, I took my entire Chanel collection and went to a consignment store and sold it to buy some cars. Because back at the auction during COVID, all the manufacturing plants were closed.
You're like, I'm about to sell some cars.
So instead of me being at the auction with the other small dealerships, I'm now next to Hyundai, Toyota. The big boys, they got way more money than me. So now the price of cars double. So we needed more money. So I'm okay with being without in this season, because I know when I sow this seed, it's going to, I can go back and get, Chanel gonna make another bag.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You're going to have a new car, a new townhome, but in this season, if you're obedient, God has given you a gift. It's in your hand.
Yeah.
It's up to you to water, to multiply it, to do whatever you got to do to make sure that this gift grows. And it's going to grow with tears, with late nights, with not knowing what's next, with having to figure it out. So stop being stuck and waiting for Chat GPT to give you all 15 steps on what to do. You're going to fail your way to success. If you don't have any failures, you're sure not on the way to success.
Yeah. Talk about the sales process. I find a lot of people do not understand, truly understand sales, and they don't have a sales process. They don't have a way to generate leads. They're very unfamiliar even to some of the terminology that we talk about at times. And I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I was talking over your head. And so what I'm finding is that a lot of individuals want a hobby that pays. Why you laugh? You too, friend? You see that too? So you just want a hobby that pays? You just want to kind of casually do business? You kind of want to get up whenever? And so what's your sales process like? How you generate leads? How do you convert them? Where do you house them? And so that's the reason why I'm doing as much educating as I can in the smaller controlled groups, so that I know people are truly producing fruit.
Correct. So you're starting Walmart, and you have to run it like it's Walmart. So first we have to attract the buyer. That's called marketing. That's why you can't look like death and destruction. We can't sell a nightmare looking like we can't sell a dream looking like a nightmare. So you yourself.
So no hair bonnets?
Oh. No.
No hair bonnets outside?
See, for some reason we think that it's going to just happen, right?
By faith.
Correct. You're going to pray.
That's what they call.
You have to look like money. You have to look your best. When you walk out that house, when you go to the carpool lane, when you're going in the grocery store, you don't know when God's going to bring your purpose partner. You don't know when God's going to bless you. A lot of y'all are sitting at home crying, begging for God to bless you, and he done been sent the blessing. You weren't ready for the opportunity when it came. Now you're going to be laid out tomorrow. It's like, oh, God, if I can just tear it, just come on. God. And he said, I brought you your investor when you was at Wawa. But you had them sweats on with that mismatched T-shirt. And so the conversation never started because you look like death and destruction. And now it's because I'm black, I'm a woman, I didn't know my daddy, life ain't fair.
Come on.
No, life is fair. Life is very fair. You get whatever is the effort that you give. So you can't be an entrepreneur on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when you're not on your period and when you're happy. No, it's 24/7, 365. Either you want it or you don't. Don't come in here trying to play because it's not no play thing, this is real.
It is.
And so on social media, it looks good, but good means I may work 24 hours straight getting a project done. Good means I may lose a friend in a season. Good means I may be going without in this season.
Yeah.
But I know it's just a season.
Yeah.
So number one, when you're selling, you have to represent your brand. You have to look like something. You. Now the you on your business, where's your logo? Where's your colors? Where's your font? Your page shouldn't have a whole rainbow on there, right? What is your hex code? And when someone goes to your social media, I should not know that you're at your mama's house. I should not know that you are a small business because from pictures, from your brand colors, from your logo, you can compete with Walmart in that arena. Your business email should not be gmail.com. It should be info@yourbusinessname.com. Are you over here playing or do you really want to make some money? Because in business, it's just one thing, business.
It is.
So now that my social media looks like I'm a real brand, now someone has to come sell it. The Canva graphics ain't gonna sell it. The stock photos ain't gonna sell it. You gotta come out here and go sell your product. So how you sell your product or service is you want to talk about the problem that it solves because people buy solutions. Buy my water, buy my water, buy my water. Boring.
It won't work.
Boring.
Yeah.
First of all, how do you get someone to even stop on your page? How do you even, you are competing with millions of people on the scroll. What are you putting in to have them even stop on your page? That Canva graphic, they're not going to stop. You being here all stiff, talking in big old words, they're not going to stop. So you got to see what's going to make my target audience stop. What are the pain points? What are they suffering with? And you lead with the pain points. Are you tired of your thighs jiggling in shorts? Do you hate that cellulite? Oh my gosh, in my cream, you hit the pain points.
You got my attention.
Not buy my cream, it has avocado oil. Boring. They all got avocado oil in them, right? So you got to know what pain points does your target audience have, and you got to lead with that. Number two, what are you doing to get their attention? You have to go out here and you have to do something to get them to stop.
Yes.
Raise your hand if Fashion Nova texts you today. Fashion Nova gonna blow your text message up. But you aren't even capturing your customers.
Or afraid. Or women are like, I don't know.
I don't want to harass them. I don't want to. Baby, if Fashion Nova's harassing you, why aren't you harassing your customers? Who is going to get the money? See, all your customers have money. The question is going to be who they going to spend it with.
Yeah. Who's on top of
Chick-fil-A,
mind? Who they remember?
Fashion Nova,
Yeah.
the brands who are going to blow up the emails, blow up the text messages, got the billboards. They're going to get the money out of them. You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to market. You don't want money. You don't want to be in business.
Yeah.
You want to just say you're a business owner. Think it'll always come from the sky. That's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
At
It's not
all.
how it works. Thank you for keeping it so real. And because we see it on social media, like you said, and people think it's, oh, I just opened up my business and I sold out in 24 hours. I'm a millionaire. You see those stories, right? And you can think, well, what am I doing wrong? Because they're not really giving you the game. They're not really giving you what's required in order to make your business prosperous, in order to make your bottom line leave the red and go into the black. And when you were speaking, I thought about a recent situation that happened when I was moving my systems. I was going for an all-in-one system that my offshore team recommended, and we were just making sure everything was going to be housed and operating under one roof, because if you have a tech stack in your business, you're using multiple things
Correct.
to try to get things done, right? And so a tech stack is just all of the systems and tools that you use to do business. And what ended up happening is in my email, because my email is life, like that's my lifeline. And so I have close to 10,000 emails. I've worked hard to build that list. That's everything. And you want to make sure you leave here, you find me, and I will help you. But one of the things that's important is that in making that change in Q4 of last year, my open rates went from 30 to 40% down to 5.
Who were you using before?
It killed. I don't want to say the name. I'll
Okay.
tell you. She's like, oh, I ain't gonna use them. So tell me. No.
No, before,
But I went
before
back.
it went down.
So I went back. I'm back with them. I'm with Weber, and we just did a whole. I sent them an email. Talk about one of the things I love. If you're someone that may not be good on camera, or you're camera shy, you feel like you can't communicate your offer, use words. Typography still works. People still read, thank God. There are places like Substack where you can go and you can build an audience. Email marketing is huge. Words still work, okay? And so at the end of the day, I reached out to them and I sent them an email. We're going into month 4 now. They can't fix it. I can't get my open rate up. It's impacting my revenue. They say something like, oh, well, we're your EA team. We're not responsible for ROI. Right? Really? So I gave her a nice professional email. And I deleted it a few times. It was a little rough. Mm-hmm. And then I got the right one. And then I hit send on that, and you're fired. And you're fired. I'm going to go in a different direction. This is no longer working. It has impacted my ... And I went back. I sent Weber an email. I said, I left home and I want to come back, all lowercase.
Please.
That's what I sent, because words still work. I didn't put CO Chicks and Weber partnership opportunity. No, I went home while I left, something like I left and I want to come back, something like that. And they contacted me. And let me tell you, God is so good. Not only did I have that experience, but he's doing Genesis 50-20 all in my life and turning all things around for the good, because now we partnered. And now they literally, we just got done doing a webinar I got to meet their entire team, the migration team now. I know them one-to-one. They're working with us, getting everything back open. My emails, are y'all getting my emails again? Even people replied and were like, oh my gosh, I missed your emails. I'm like, I missed you too, girl, because I don't want to be online like Joy. I can't dance like Joy. I ain't doing it. I want to write.
But a good thing is
But I love to write.
that you are tracking your numbers, your statistics.
You better know
you're
it.
able to catch it.
They don't lie.
Able to catch it and then fix it before 3-4 months goes and you realize you're missing this whole lane of income.
Yeah.
And now it's a bigger hole. So
Yeah.
knowing your numbers in business is a necessity, because the second something is dropping, we got to either fix it, correct it, drop it, and then pivot, or else you're going to have this big gaping hole. And if you bleed too long, now you're going to be out of business.
1,000%. And that writing component is everything. So just shout out to all my writers. Like, I just want you to know, like, my videos do really good, right? But when my writing and people who love to read locked in with me, I was like, oh, I'm good now. I could do a content day once every 3 months if I want to. I could probably extend it a bit more because now I have people that want to read what I'm writing. And so I just want to encourage you, because different personalities can show up online and you can still find your people, but you still got to do the work.
Right.
You still have to show up every day. You still have to post, right? And those carousels are killing. My carousels convert more than any video that I ever write. And so take a look at my page, put it in chat, be like, hey, give me the strategy or whatever. Or guess what you could do? Hire me, girl.
Hey.
Or you could buy my GPT. Her name's Coco. Any last words, my friend? You are just killing it. But any last words for the women that are watching and in the room?
You are you, and that is your superpower. Meaning, no one can do it like you. So don't look to the left, don't look to the right, don't try to be like anyone. You want to just be your authentic self and just show up online as however you are, and your tribe is going to find you. The reason why, like, anyone here a Beehive fan, Beyonce fan? Baby, Beyonce can go to, I don't care what Beyonce is selling, I'm buying. Right? You want to find your tribe. You don't have to be the most popular. You don't have to be you want to find someone that just vibes with you. And when you become your authentic self, your tribe is going to find you, and now you have a base of who you're going to market to, and they're going to buy from you consistently over and over and over again. Number 2 is ask God, what is he showing you in this season? So at my darkest point, I was like, okay, God, like, what we doing? Where we going with this? And God opened up an entire business, a whole different business. I never thought I would be online. I was always like behind the scenes in my businesses. I never thought that I would be over here just traveling like literally every single week. I'm in a different state speaking. I never thought I would be doing any of this.
Wow.
Never even wanted this, but God was like,
Same.
this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going to say, y'all need to tithe.
Ooh.
Y'all need to tithe. And y'all need to tithe. Because when you are obedient in God, when I tell you the increase is insane, the increase is insane. I went from February 2022 asking my mom to pay my rent, the whole 2022 just trying to figure out what I'm doing online, but I'm showing up every single day, to finding a whole new business, to in last year I did $5 million. My mama just paid my rent February of 2022. So no matter how long it took you to get where you are, with God, God's going to give you the increase. So it takes 10 months, with God may take 10 weeks. So don't look at how long it's going to take me to have to, because my mom, it's going to take me these 5 years to do this. Baby, with Jesus, it's not.
Yeah.
So in my business before, I had dealerships and collision shops and hair salon frames. I never spoke about Jesus because business
is separate
and church is separate, and I don't want to impose my belief on my employees. Baby, I will not do a live. I will not speak anywhere without saying Jesus, because he is the missing piece in your plan. When you incorporate Jesus in your business plan, and I don't mean at church hooping and hollering. I mean, okay, God, show me, like, what am I supposed to do? And you listen, and God's going to literally direct you as to where to go. God's going to have you run out of gas and have you waiting on AAA, and then you walk into the Starbucks and you meet the person who's aligned with you that takes you to that next level. That's how God works. So all you have to do is show up consistently, and you just wait on God to give you the increase. But I promise you, if he did it for me, he can do it for you. If he did it for me, he can do it for you. So when I tell you I was so broken, I was so busted, I was so disgusted, but I didn't give up. Because I wasn't going to let my son see me lose. You got to find some grit. What is that thing that's not going to have you lay down? I don't care what happens. I'm not going to lay down, because it's going to get dark.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I promise you, it will get better. You're going to have to get a little dirty. You're going to have to fight for your life. But on the other side,
come on.